when a major scandal breaks today, you generally expect some kind of immediate PR spin.
Oh, absolutely. The crisis management teams are right on it.
Right. I mean, NDAs get signed, hush money changes hands, and you see these perfectly crafted statements flood the press just to control the damage.
It's a whole industry now.
Exactly. Well, today we are doing a deep dive into a really fascinating stack of sources. Specifically, we're looking at a 7-step devotional reflection from April 6, 2026, alongside the ancient text it is analyzing.
Which is Matthew chapter 28.
Yeah. And our mission today for you, the listener, is to unpack two, drastically different reactions to a world-altering event.
The empty tomb.
Right, the empty tomb. And we want to uncover this profound, ongoing promise that's kind of hidden right in the middle of this historical narrative.
So the scene really opens with the city authorities in full panic mode. I mean, they get this report about a resurrection.
Which is not what you want to hear if you just executed the guy.
Exactly. So their immediate reaction is to throw a, quote, sufficient sum of money, unquote, at the guards. They are essentially paying them to claim that the disciples came and stole Jesus' body while the soldiers were sleeping.
Wow. It's essentially a first-century NDA.
Basically.
And there is a very specific logic to this lie, right? Because both sides actually agreed on one undeniable fact.
That the tomb was empty.
Right. The tomb was empty. The authorities had to explain how it got empty. So making up grave robbery was really the absolute only plausible counter-narrative they could manufacture to maintain control.
And they even add a guarantee to keep the soldiers out of trouble with the governor, just in case this sleeping on duty story leaked.
Right, which would normally be a huge deal for a Roman soldier.
Oh, a fatal deal. But it highlights the true cost of a cover-up. It is never just the initial payout, right? The real expense is the ongoing maintenance of that lie.
Over generations, even. So while the authorities are busy building this really expensive, fabricated fake news narrative in the city, the actual truth is quietly unfolding miles away.
Up on a mountain in Galilee.
Yeah. The 11 disciples meet Jesus and they worship him. But the author includes this tiny, honestly jarring detail here. The text says, but some doubted.
Yeah, that always sticks out.
It does. If you are writing the founding document for a major movement, why would you include the embarrassing fact that your own inner circle still harbored doubts right at the climax of the story?
Well, the devotional points out that this raw detail actually validates the narrative's authenticity.
Yeah. How so?
Because it isn't a sanitized, perfectly polished myth. It shows us that the Great Commission, that mandate to go make disciples and baptize all nations, wasn't handed to flawless superheroes.
Right.
It was entrusted to real, imperfect, questioning people.
Which is pretty encouraging, honestly.
Yeah.
But, it's one thing to admit your founders had doubts, but it's another to claim ultimate cosmic authority in the very next breath.
Yeah, that is a huge pivot.
It is. Jesus follows up this moment of doubt by claiming, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. How does the devotional author even reconcile those two extremes?
So the devotional highlights this major aha moment regarding that authority. The resurrection isn't presented merely for Jesus' own benefit.
Yeah.
It's actually framed as the fulfillment of a promise to humanity. History is full of leaders who claimed immense power, right? But they all just kind of fade into the history books.
Yeah, they do.
But here, the claim is uniquely enduring. Jesus says, I am with you always to the end of the age.
And the reflection actually draws a parallel to the Old Testament there, noting that just as the God of Abraham became the God of Isaac and Jacob, this presence is meant to live on beyond generations.
Right. It shifts the focus from a past historical anomaly to a present living authority.
Which brings us to the practical application the devotional poses for you, the reader. And just to be clear, we are simply exploring the ideas contained in this source. We're not endorsing a specific viewpoint.
Absolutely, just analyzing the text.
Right. But the author asks this really piercing question. It asks what specific fears or uncertainties you might need to surrender to that ultimate authority today.
It is a tough question, and it challenges the audience to consider how knowing they have this constant generational presence changes their everyday responsibilities.
It proposes a completely different way of looking at the world, honestly.
It really does. And the contrast between that manufactured worldview we talked about earlier and this deeply personal one is striking.
Yeah.
The narrative explicitly states that the guards' fabricated grave robbery story spread widely and persisted for years afterward.
Right. The text literally says it has been spread among the Jews to this day.
Mm.
So, I'll leave you with this to ponder today. when you look at our modern world, how much of it is still being shaped by well-funded ancient cover-ups
Wow, yeah.
versus the quiet, enduring spread of ordinary, even doubting people simply sharing what they have witnessed?